Watching this podcast may cause death.
If you have non-negotiables, you're probably not open-minded. How can we have a healthy discourse if everything is life and death for you?
I just think the world is confused, man. Unfortunately, the political side of things has amplified, so they're making everything political from both sides, but it seems like there's more static coming from the liberal side. They just don't like Trump.
If you get on Facebook right now, you're gonna see your friends arguing based on what side they're on, and they're saying things like, if you don't think the same thing I think, I'll unfriend you. Like, that's kind of extreme, just to have a different opinion.
It's whoever has the money. We can do great on this video right now, but if I say, hey, I don't like Bird, I'll give you $1 million right now to go ahead and limit his page right now. Wow, what's gonna happen?
There's like a dumbing down of our intelligence, our critical thinking. We've become so tribalized. This is my group, that's my group. Like, if you don't fuck with my group, then whatever you said logically and educationally and scientifically, it doesn't matter because it doesn't vibe with my group. That's the whole idea of this podcast. Get people out of that mentality, because that's what the people at the top want us to do.
Divide and conquer.
The Ruffled Feathers Podcast.
Welcome to another episode 21 of the Ruffled Feathers Podcast. Thank you all for joining us. I'm your host, Bird, a tattoo artist of officially 15 years as of September 19th.
Would you look at
So
that?
I've been tattooing 15 years now.
Hey, congrats, man.
Yeah, man.
I was one of the first victims.
You were. And most recent. Yeah. But nah, man, it's been a good journey.
Where did he touch you?
We'll save it for another episode.
Hey, dude, it was a cross.
Yeah, it was this
Have
one.
some respect. Yeah, that was it. The cross.
To bear you across,
We'll get a doll and you tell us
I'll show you, yeah.
Yeah, we got one.
He's here.
Oh, hold on.
He told me not to tell.
I have to turn on the.
We're good.
The stones ain't working.
Yeah, we.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
You almost killed us.
I know, right?
It was one snap away.
We'll get the gun too, like he needed.
Yeah.
The glove isn't gloving.
Yeah.
But yeah, 15 years of talking with folks one-on-one for like 5-6 hours straight, like changes you. And I feel like because of that, man, that's why I wanted to start this podcast, because I think we need to talk more. And so I appreciate y'all coming. We got Pablo, of course, true seeking co-host.
You already know.
You want to bring in our guest today?
I do, actually.
Yeah.
Today we have my boy Roop. What's up,
What's
Roop?
up, everybody?
We met at the gym.
Yup.
I've seen nothing but progress since then, so congratulations
Appreciate
on
that, man.
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Christian Rupois. Like he said, I met Pablo at the gym. Been going to the same gym for a while now. And just excited to do my first podcast.
Welcome, man. Welcome. We appreciate you.
And our second
Second
visit,
time.
the second time guest, Andros. What's up, Andros?
What's going on? Welcome.
It's a family, y'all.
Glad to be back. Hopefully we can do something else again. That sounds.
He's like,
Yes, sir.
it's almost time to go.
Whoa, it's not time to go. I'm like, you know what? Let's have fun again.
Yeah.
Welcome,
That's it.
man. Welcome for round 2.
We got the good doctor, too, man.
We got the good doctor on the
So
ones and
doctor.
twos.
Yes, sir.
The mixed master.
Yep, bringing y'all the fact checks and videos and
Clickety
telling us when we're doing stuff wrong. So thank you, doctor.
Yeah.
Tech support.
Yeah.
This is also my opportunity to let y'all know, if y'all want to be on the podcast, be on the couch with us, talk some shit, share your stories, life events, whatever. Please comment below. We'll contact you. We've had people reaching out, so we appreciate it. We want to keep it going. So just comment below, subscribe, watch our stuff, and we'll contact you. Probably Pablo will. So Justin Timberlake.
Nah.
But yeah, man, it's been a crazy week. There's been a lot of stuff in my feed. Bad Bunny's gonna be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
We got a serial killer running loose apparently in Houston.
I think it's Texas overall. I mean, I've heard bodies being dropped in Austin, Dallas, Houston.
Yeah.
He just likes the bayou, though. I think it's the barbecue.
It's a quick drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy though, man. I haven't heard too much about it because I feel like they're not talking about it too much. Have you heard anything about it?
I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah.
You know, but they're saying it's not connected.
Mm-hmm.
So, but all the victims are ending up in the same place.
Right.
So,
Well, I did a little fact run on it because same thing. The internet does create conspiracies and stories.
Okay. What you got?
So basically, within the past, let me see here. Okay, so as of this year, 22 bodies have been found. 14 of those were recovered by HPD. Most of them all were in the bayous. Among the 22, only 6 causes of death have been officially been determined. So 3 accidental, 1 suicide, and 1 related to a heart attack. And this ranged from 19 men, 3 women from the age of teenage to about the 60s. 13 black people, 5 white people, and 3 Hispanics. So alarmingly, like 6 bodies were found within 2 weeks span in this past September. And so far what they've said is just like you said earlier, like there's been no connections to foul play, nor have there any seen any like connections on how these people were died. And the ages are so wide ranging, like there doesn't seem to be a profile of what a natural or what a serial killer would be choosing. And then too, we've had a lot of homeless people. That's another reason why a lot of these people haven't even been figured out who they are, because there's no kin to even figure out to say, hey, yeah, this is my brother, uncle, or sister. Or
So it's not Pennywise.
No Pennywise.
No alien weirdness.
So.
Okay, well, those are good facts. It's crazy. But it could definitely stir up some shit.
Well, yeah, and then we're in the age of communication and misinformation, disinformation, and then just we like to hear stories. So lies are easy to create just off of a cool Pennywise notion. So.
Right. Well, it could be.
Damn, we all get our information from like sound clips, and we tend not to read the article or watch the whole video either. So you just kind of run with the narrative you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then my homie said it, so it's got to be true.
Right. But we also want the worst case scenario, right? Like I think we thrive for that. Like,
Thrive for the drama.
Yeah, exactly. Movies have pointed us in that direction.
So, in my opinion, Houston serial killer, not. But,
but you ain't gonna take that opportunity. If you know what, it's like it's 11 o'clock. I want to go run. By the bar.
Well, a lot of people have been saying that. Like a lot of people at the gym say, "Man, I run that all the time." You know, and they don't see no danger, no harm. But you never know. Though. Don't get no ideas out there, people.
But that's anywhere you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just by a bayou. You can go down the street. You can people get killed in their neighborhoods or picked up. So it's not like danger is selective. It's everywhere, and that's as true as time.
What's the wrong time, wrong place?
Yeah, it's just dumb luck sometimes. Like there's that girl that she was all fucked up and she called her Uber, and then she thought it was her Uber. She got into the car and dude ended up murdering her.
Oh damn!
What?
Yeah. This is a few years
Houston?
back. No, this is in I think Vegas or something. But she was fucked up. The car looked like where her Uber was supposed to be, and she's all fucked up. She's like, okay, and she just gets in and she ends up getting
people don't check that. Literally, I was pulling up by Fiesta real quick, just pulling up and reversing, and then some girl randomly just like tried to get into my back seat. I'm like, ma'am, can I help you? She's like, oh, you're not moving. I'm like, no. I'm like, get out my car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know you.
Damn, dude.
Like, you don't see them groceries back there?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm Uber and Uber Eats.
Yeah. Where are you going? Just get that $50, bro.
And then there's like apparently a lot of controversy about Bad Bunny and being at the Super Bowl. I mean, I could care less.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Well, did y'all hear what the controversy is behind this?
Yeah.
That he's not American.
So he had, from what I picked up, was that he like canceled all like concerts in the U.S. because of ICE and the movement against immigrants. So he's like, kind of saying, I'm not going to give any performances in the United States because of that. But then he gets a big bag for the Super Bowl,
But I thought they didn't get paid the Super Bowl though. But he might be big enough to get paid.
Well, no, he actually rejected getting paid. He said he's wanted to do it.
Fact check that.
Because I know like a lot
You
of
might.
artists, they perform at the Super Bowl and not get paid, but they know that their album sales and stuff are gonna go. They're gonna skyrocket after that.
Yeah, it's kind of
I did not know that.
secondary of just being there.
If you think about it, right, like there's a reason why these companies spend $10 million to have
Right.
a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl.
So that free advertisement, yeah.
Because they know that you
Well, it's
watching
not free,
that.
but yeah.
No, the people performing. It's like marketing, basically.
But that's
right?
how you
Like,
know
get
advertising
exposed.
works.
Yeah, right.
Because
Mhm.
if these companies are willing to pay $10 million for 30 seconds, they know it works.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah.
So let's see. It says no artists do not receive a payment for their Super Bowl halftime show performance. So yeah, Bad Bunny had nothing to reject because
Yeah.
they don't get paid for it.
Okay, so that shows my ignorance, and
No,
I
I
learned
mean,
something new. Yeah, but I mean, I did not know that. That's good to know.
yeah, I could care less, and I think I've heard that through whispers
Was
that.
Kendrick last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually don't really watch the halftime show.
it was.
but
I didn't like it.
yeah,
People liked it,
I loved it.
and I love Kendrick.
Yeah,
but
I miss
so
the
I'm not
Kendrick.
biased in terms of like liking and not liking performances. So, but I mean,
I didn't care for it. I thought it was poetic though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't care for the performance itself, but I like Kendrick as an artist.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
man, well, we got pregnant bitches down in Tylenol.
What is that about? What? I've been seeing that. What is that about?
Bro.
So okay, it gets political when it's a situation that it shouldn't be political. So basically, Harvard did a study that was showing a link of Tylenol affecting pregnancies and the babies coming out autistic or ADHD or some of these neural issues. And the study didn't necessarily say it's the exact cause, but it's basically like, well, we see a connection. So, but because it's RFK, because it's from this administration, there's, crazies on the left saying, well, watch this. And then that's why they're
That's crazy
down
though.
in the Tylenol.
Is it the same shit that they're like, eggs are bad for you? And then next thing you know, we couldn't eat eggs for the longest minute. Like, people like, well, eggs are bad. I can't eat eggs. And now all of a sudden, hey, eggs are like one of the best protein. Like, make it be goddamn mine. Like, don't tell me what the hell I can do now.
Were eggs ever bad?
They were never
remember
bad.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
But I mean,
I don't remember
that does
hearing
happen
that.
though.
Yeah,
like back
Cigarettes.
in the day. Cigarettes.
Yeah,
were good for you at one point.
Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Like now they're saying like you can't even drink a bottle of water nowadays. Oh, microplastics. Like, God, like, damn.
Yeah.
What can I do now?
but I think that is true though, because like in extreme heat, that plastic probably does transfer a little bit onto the water. But a lot of these bottled waters, man, they get the nutrients and minerals taken out of it. So it's kind of like they're not really. That's why if you drink a lot of water, you usually like go to the restroom a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But when you drink mineralized water or water like that has the stuff that you're supposed to have in it, your body retains it.
Mm.
So I think that's all part of the bigger agenda, to just keep us needing medicine.
Yep. I mean, how do they make the plastic? It's through heat. So if you're heating the plastic, wouldn't it deconstruct somehow, some little bit?
Somewhat, but again, it's them telling us of what we can take, what we can and can't take. It's just all over again. It's government control of everything that they want to do. Again, going back to the situation of Bad Bunny, what is it? Trump doesn't like it. A lot of these liberals don't like it. A lot of the I forget what they call them right now, but a lot of them are always speaking in regards to what is it? They said that Bad Bunny is an American, but yet they forget that Puerto Rico is a American territory. So again, it's like, so he's not American?
I didn't know he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just think the world is confused, man. And unfortunately, the political side of things has amplified. So they're making everything political, from both sides, whatever. But it seems like there's more static coming from the liberal side, because they just don't like Trump, And I mean, obviously, we've seen some stuff that we got questions, and we go back on like, man, what's going on? Some stuff that didn't go through, or like.
Well, that's the whole thing with the Tylenol is like because it came from the Trump administration and RFK Jr., it's deemed, we have to do the opposite now. Just like with COVID, it was just like, when Trump was doing the vaccines, it's like, we don't want that vaccine. And then as soon as Trump was gone and Biden was in, we want the vaccines. We promote the vaccines. So it's just like each side's like extreme just wants to do opposite of whatever the other side's doing, and we're caught in the middle as like, I understand this side, I understand that side, but whatever y'all are doing is fucking wild. Like, I need to chill out, and we're getting caught in the middle through these loud voices.
But at the surface level, you know, you got a Harvard study that's telling you that same thing that Trump said, but just because Trump said it. So it's like, to me, what I'm getting, right, it's like, man, you hate a person more than you love your unborn child, right? Like, that's kind of my perspective. Because it's like, what if it is true? What if, like, you know, 2 years later, your kid gets diagnosed with autism or worse? And it's like, you know, you're going to go back and be like, damn, I took that fucking Tylenol on purpose. I made videos dancing. I actually had the videos, man. I forgot to pass them down. Yeah. But y'all seen them, right?
And then 5 years from now, they'll be calling it Tylenol-induced autism.
Right.
TIA or something.
Yeah. And then they'll somehow still blame somebody.
Well, we're going to get the commercial. We're going to do those commercials back in the day. Were you ever hurt by taking Tylenol when you're pregnant? Your child may be compensated.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, yeah. But
not if you made a video about it. Like, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But see, now they could go, that's a receipt.
That's what I'm saying.
You made this video. But even Tylenol after that came out with an ad saying, we recommend you don't take our products or any of our products while pregnancy, or talk to your doctor about it.
That's my thing with like all the medicinal commercials we see, right? Like when you watch the commercial, they're showing you a family playing in the park, dad's barbecuing, the dog is running around, everybody's really happy.
Yeah.
And in the first 10 seconds, they tell you what it cures. And then the next 30 seconds is all the symptoms that are worse than what you took it for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like, what are we even doing?
And then like lower the volume a little bit.
Yeah, it's like all you see like the last, and the family's still playing, having a good time. Right. But it's like, here's the 25 things that you can also go wrong with you just by trying to fix the original thing.
Yeah. Watching this podcast may cause death.
But your headache will be
not
gone.
Watching it.
But your headache will be gone.
Yeah.
Not watching it, man. And Trump said so.
But there's like,
I gotta watch it.
There's like a dumbing down of our whether you want to call it our intelligence, just our critical thinking. Like, we've become so tribalized, like, this is my group, that's my group. Like, if you don't fuck with my group, then whatever you said logically and educationally and scientifically, it doesn't matter because it doesn't vibe with my group. And then that's the whole idea of this podcast, is just like to get people out of that mentality, because that's what the people at the top want us to do. Is
divide and conquer.
Yeah. And that's old tactics.
That's
like,
it, dude.
If you get on Facebook right now, you're going to see your friends arguing based on what side they're on. And they're saying things like, if you don't think the same thing I think, I'll unfriend you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's kind of extreme just to have a different opinion. And what that ends up doing is like, okay, now me and you are pointing fingers at each other,
right,
instead of the person that's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're both just on opposite sides, arguing in the weeds.
Mm-hmm. Giving them the satisfaction.
And the person on top ain't changing nothing.
Yeah.
Why would they? They on top.
Yeah. They're going to let us do it. The dirty work.
If you were Donald Trump, like, what would you want to change about America?
What would you want to change? Put America first, damn it.
You on top.
And the American people.
You know?
Him running a third term.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Well, I mean, I heard about that dentist, right? There's a dentist who was a Republican who would ask you your political views, and then if you did not agree with it, she would literally dumb down her anesthesia. Yeah. So, like, when she was working on you, you're Republican, okay, you're good. Make sure you ain't gonna feel it.
Turn them up.
And then she was like, "Oh, you a Democrat? You don't vote for Trump? Hold up. Oh, wait. You gonna feel this right now, dude."
But see, that's bullshit, because that's playing their game. That's going down to their level,
Yeah.
Because that's power. That's abuse of power, which is what we're seeing. Well, in all angles. But going back to what you said, it's very important, because that divide and conquer, man. It's like why? Because it's always been the same, right? Like my dad told me, uncles told me, friends told me, if you want to lose a friend, talk about money, politics, or religion.
Yeah.
And now that's what a big, like
what we're forced to speak on.
But not only that, like, we're seeing people, and I've seen only videos mostly from the left that are saying, if you see somebody that voted for Trump, that you're in the right to beat their ass, type shit. Where it's like they're inducing violence.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
But even that, I mean, losing, I'm gonna unfriend you. It's a form of violence.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. It's just you're not participating in society anymore. You're starting to just, again, it goes to just the tribalism. You're like, you ain't part of my tribe, as opposed to what this whole country was based on is like anybody can be here. You can do whatever you want. It's the land of the free. Yeah. That doesn't mean you have to agree with everybody. That means, okay, you do you over there, I'm going to do me over here. But we're still going to go to the grocery store, get the same groceries next to each other. My kids are going to go to school next to your kids.
Yeah.
And
it still watch the Texans.
Right.
You know, like, come on, man.
But because of politics being injected into everything and then people being so emotional about it, they can't take that out of the everyday relationship. Because you're gonna get dentists like that. You're gonna get people like that are their life is so shallow and void of meaning. They attach to themselves to these crazy things as if that's their religion or that's their ethos for life. And I think most people don't fuck with that, but because it gets views and clicks, they're put to the forefront as that's how we all are.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I don't fuck with that because I believe in most things that Trump does. I don't believe in most things the left does, but socially I believe things the left does, and socially, so like I'm a mixed bag, and I think we all are. And then when you actually talk about things, we all kind of agree on things, but if we're just gonna go with the one thing we disagree, and then the one thing you disagree with, then it becomes just this like, this barking match. And it's just like, it's stupid.
Yeah, I think it's just weird because a lot of those like beliefs are just non-negotiable for people. Mm-hmm. If you have non-negotiables, you're probably not open-minded, if we're being honest.
Absolutely.
100%.
So it's kind of like, how can we have a healthy discourse if everything is life and death for you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask, like, what do y'all think about like freedom of speech and where that's going? And the reason why I asked that is because it just seems like nowadays, like even on small levels, like you can't say what you want to say anymore. Yeah. Like, did you guys see that? Because it's like nowadays, like if you get caught saying something, or if somebody takes a video of you, even if you don't know they're videoing you, it's like if people don't like it, they try to attack your whole life now. Like even like, did you guys see that lady at the baseball game that didn't catch the ball? And then like some father picked it up off the ground and gave it to his son. And then she made like a really big,
she
walked
over
Phillies game, right?
Yeah, Phillies game. She made a big commotion out of it. And then like everybody on social media was like calling for her job. Like, where does she work at and all this? And it's just like, man, that could have just been a lady who had 5 beers at the game and maybe never goes to the game and doesn't know baseball etiquette. Like, I watch baseball, so I know that a stands ball is fair game. Yeah. You don't catch it, that's on you. Yeah.
But the kid already had it too. She took it from the kid, but the dad.
I'm more mad at the dad. Because like,
the dad
take the ball out of your son's hand and give it back to that lady.
Yeah. There's a lot in that situation.
Yeah, but I mean, you see, that's playing devil's advocate, because now if dad would have stood up to the lady, how many other people would have been like, well, damn, what they would have been like, well, she's a lady, you should have gave her the ball anyways.
She wasn't acting like no lady though.
Shit,
my hand. Dude, like, I think like her neighbor posted something, right?
Oh,
like,
really?
Like,
but I mean,
dude, it went crazy.
That's just one example, but I mean, I feel like we're seeing a bunch of them, like the CEO that got caught at the Coldplay concert. I understand that he's a CEO, but it's like, at what point do we have no more liberty left or no more freedom left? Like,
I mean, if you mingle it with HR, I mean,
I understand he was a CEO and he's the face of the company and all that, but like, how deep does that go? Like, does everybody in that company can you lose your job for doing something outside of work? But or that's just another example. But
I agree with you in
it's
that.
like, at what point do you no longer have the First Amendment? Or and other
but then there's also privacy though, right? Because if you go out in public, I mean, you are exposed to.
He's a CEO. He shouldn't be doing
and
that.
Married. Yeah, and so is she.
Yeah.
So I think there's a line in that, because
for sure.
there is a decency. I think there is still a decency thing. Like if you out cheating, man, that's on you. You get caught.
Yeah, I'm not defending him.
Your point is that
I just don't think
that's my personal life.
Everything should be able to ruin your whole life where you no longer have employment.
I agree. But see, so saying like some of the stuff, like, because we're seeing it with people with Kirk, right? like people are saying some hateful shit and then they lose their job too, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, where as a humankind, like where do we draw that line from decency?
But this has been started before that, when people were doxxed for following Trump or accounts were literally before Elon bought Twitter, people were, and I've experienced this with my channels, where I'm just liking posts that might be more right leaning, and then I notice my insights, like the engagement with my posts within 6 months went from like 300 to 500 likes a post to 60, maybe 40 on a good day. On bad days, they're like 15 to 20. And then I went from, I lost like 500 followers within like 3 months. Now I've lost like almost 1,000. But this was already proven that they were showing that they were throttling accounts or shadow banning accounts because they were right-leaning accounts. And this is to your effect of like, why is it that what we choose to do in our personal life affect our professional life? And it's been because of this whole like, let's just make everything political. And then because it's the divide and conquer tactic. Right. And it's not left or right. It's not Trump or Biden or Kamala or whatever. It's really like elites versus the rest of us.
But that's again abuse of power, because these people control those algorithms.
But we've given them the power because we've gotten lazy.
Right. And that's going against the First Amendment.
Yeah, and the point I'm making is like, okay, maybe today there's not a sound argument for us losing our freedom of speech, but look where it's trending.
Oh, 100%.
That's today. Like, where's it going to be 10 years from now? Because you're already being socialized and conditioned to not speak your opinion right now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, what the things that happened with Charlie Kirk, like, people are losing their livelihood for commenting on that. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But let's stay on that, because it's one thing, they're getting fired from private companies. And it's it's context too. It's like, if I run a business and I find out my employees who I'm like trusting my livelihood with are making fun of someone's murder that was on live in front of his kids, in front of other kids and children, I don't want that person working for me. And I have that right as a business owner to say, you know what, there's a line that we shouldn't cross, and you crossed it. Yeah. Now it's different if it's say, oh, you're a Democrat and you support, you know, Kamala or whatever, and then you get fired. Like, that's different. But like, it's not apples to apples, especially when we get into that context of Charlie Kirk versus, you know, just some political stance.
Yeah.
And that's where I think we're losing the connection of just the humanity side. There's like, people were laughing about him. People were shitting on his memorials and farting on it. And you know, I saw college kids going up there and taking mics away from people that were doing prayer for him. And it's like, this is where our society is heading. When you take into the context of what's happening, it's not political. It's like people are sad because someone lost their life in a murder assassination. And how are we responding to that? Yes, the free speech matters a lot, but it's past that is the human side. And it's young kids doing it, like laughing at it. I mean, and we've been desensitized about it. It happened with Trump. It happened with, you know, we can even go into conspiracies with 9/11 and JFK, and where people are getting murked, and then nobody really gives a shit about it. Like, that's showing us losing our conscience and our soul.
But I think that's kind of also just a part of like the propaganda that the news is always running. Like, if you turn on the news tonight, you ain't gonna see one positive thing. It's all gonna be crime, death, murder, war, the worst crimes that you can see, and then they're gonna spin it politically as well. So it's like, I think, and then we're in a time now, bro, where it's like our parents, like, they just watch the evening news after work. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got TikTok, Twitter, Threads, Instagram,
YouTube,
where you're constantly getting punched in the face with opinions, and you're getting punched in the face with think pieces and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, with this, and like even now, like 10 years ago, we probably wouldn't have been able to see the Charlie Kirk video.
Right.
But like now, like you couldn't avoid it. You know, like you could have seen it without even trying to see it.
Yeah, you saw it multiple times.
And it's like, we've
Different
been
views.
so desensitized
I thought it
to
was
humanity.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you've been so desensitized to humanity that, and then on top of that, like the economy is not good for most people.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you don't even have the bandwidth to take on these political problems because you're like, man, I'm probably sitting in a problem right now or whatever. you
Right.
know?
And I think that's you hit the nail on the head. Is just like they're bringing these social issues as if they're the main issue. and people who are lacking in just higher level thinking, critical thinking, they latch onto that. And get emotional about it. Yeah. And they're not even realizing that the college is a scam, that they are cheating you out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because when you get into the workforce that you went and majored in, it doesn't pay out close to what you paid for that education. Like there's just so many levels to it that show just the corruption and not only our government, around the world.
Well, I think I do agree with you, but I think like when it comes to college, I think it just depends on what you're going for, you know, because like a lot of the college plans that people have don't have the payout that's justifying the input that you're going to put, especially financially.
Right.
You know, but if you're planning on doing something like STEM or like what I did, engineering, then there's a good payout at the end because you'll make enough money to actually pay the loans back. But in terms of the scam, if you really sit there and think about it, like, why would you give an 18-year-old $100,000 to go to school and they don't have a guaranteed job and all these things got to go right for it to actually pay off? The majority of the people taking those loans ain't getting to the end. And when they do get to the end, they're not getting a job that's going to pay them enough to even...
Yeah.
Or they'll change majors midway and be there longer.
Yeah.
But that's because we gave college to the government.
Yeah.
But
like I think that's the problem though. It's like if you're 18 years old and you got a bomb business plan, you go to the bank and try to get a loan, they're gonna tell you no. But if you want 150,000, go down to Austin and go to UT and see what happens, they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So there is like a trap in there to a certain degree.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a setup because you know you're not setting them up for success fully. You know?
Nah.
It's more of a
most of those people that come out of college 6 figures in debt are going for bullshit degrees.
Yeah.
Or teaching degrees. It's just like, you don't need to go to a 6-figure college to be a teacher. Like, you can read half of those books outside of college for free.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole, because for me, when I was in high school, it was a whole shift in like 10th grade. It was just like, all right, everybody, like, you need to start thinking about your college on Friday, wear your college colors, the college you want to go to. And I was just like, I'm just trying to get out of fucking high school. Y'all want me to... I was like, I haven't even thought that far. And then I see all these kids like acting like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to TSU. I'm gonna go to U of H. I'm gonna go to, A&M. And I'm just like, bro, I don't care. Like, I don't want to be here. So, but everything was funneled like this is the next step. And there was no action plan for people who college isn't for them. Yeah. And that's another like tragedy because, we this is kind of a good segue. The school system here and around the world and in the Western countries, it doesn't set anybody up for success.
Nah, not at all.
So can we throw in that that video, the intentional dumbing down? Let's see.
Who was it that spent all that money like 100 years ago? Was it JP Morgan?
Probably.
It was somebody. They basically revamped some of the school system. Yeah.
Or the Rockefellers, or one of them.
I mean, JP Morgan, didn't he die on Titanic?
No, not that one.
I'm not sure.
It might not be JP Morgan.
Okay, yeah, it goes.
The Rothschilds?
Could be.
So this is an old video of this woman who did a book about the Department of Education. So, my bad, Andros, if you can't see.
No, you good. I'm adjusting myself.
You're saying they're brainwashing. Okay, you're saying these people that are experts in brainwashing is using the Department of Education to brainwash our children.
Yes.
What are they after? Why are they doing it?
Well, if you want to move a country from a free individualistic economy,
Which we have.
yes, or had,
Or had. Okay.
to a planned economy, you have to do it through the schools. You have to dumb down and brainwash, change the attitudes and values. You have to completely, social engineering has to go on constantly. And many teachers know what I'm talking about. And people are going to say, well, when did this start? And who on earth ever did this? Why would a plan like that be allowed to be carried out?
That's right.
Well, then you have to go back to 1934, which I will do, and we have to go to the three-pronged fork, okay? So I do think that the watershed year, although you can go back to the early part of the century when the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Corporation were deeply involved in education.
Oh, okay.
And that it was decided then that Carnegie would deal with the international part and Rockefeller domestic. But then we moved on to 1934, and this was after World War I. And there were the educators were, many of them, going back and forth to Russia, very admiring of the new system in Russia, the communistic system. And they wanted to put it in here in the United States. And so the Carnegie Corporation, that had always been involved in, trying to get us into world government after the League of Nations and all in 1917, they still had this goal. And of course, world government will be communism. I mean, it's really international socialism. That's what Lenin called it. So they've always wanted this. And
the Department of Education today is going along with that?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And so in 1934, the Carnegie Corporation produced, it took 4 years, they commissioned the American Historical Association to put together a study of the social studies. And they came up with lots of volumes, but I have one little volume, Conclusions and Recommendations for the Social Studies. And basically that little one is an original book. I wish I'd brought it with me. Too bad. But I don't even dare let it out of the house. It's so important. It called for changing the United States through the schools from a free individualistic economy to a socialist, collectivized, planned economy in the New World Order.
It says that in the book?
Yes.
And that book was written when?
In 1934.
By who?
It was the Carnegie Corporation paid for it. The American Historical Association put it together. And
can people get that book in the library?
No. No, they can't. But I have quotes in my book, from it. But from that time on, Carnegie Corporation consistently, without any hesitation whatsoever, didn't run into any obstruction.
All right, we can pause it there. Sorry, I thought this was a different clip, but that was the right clip, but that was a long version. We're not going to go 11 minutes hard on that. Okay, so basically what you're saying is like they wanted to go from an individualistic economy to social, constructed to benefit. I'm sure y'all have heard of the Carnegies and the Rockefellers. And if y'all haven't, go read a little bit.
Yeah, it matters.
But I think like that idea is what we're seeing, the fruits of that idea in today's world, where there is a dumbing down, there is a narrow-minded thought pattern that doesn't free think, that doesn't critical think, that doesn't try to ask questions. Because it's just so obvious today to me, at least, because people are just like, okay, I gotta go to McDonald's after this. Okay, all right, I'm gonna buy a soda. Okay, let me get my Tylenol. Okay, and this is what we call the Matrix, which is all these mass-produced items that are pretty much put in front of us to give us the illusion of capitalism, of free market, but really it's individualized, or it's taken away on individualism, because all we can choose is that. And it was more. To me, it was so apparent during COVID lockdowns. Who did they let stay open and who did they close? They closed small businesses, mom and pop stores, but they kept the big, big box.
Yeah.
You can still get your Jack in the Box. You can still get your Home Depot stuff. You can still get Target, but you couldn't get anything else outside of that. And I think that's kind of where they've herded us as quote unquote slaves.
I mean, on top of that, if you look at the education system for elementary school, it's the same concept that they use in jail. What do? Stay in line, be quiet, walk the line. We'll tell you when to eat. We'll tell you when to go play. We'll tell you what to study. We'll tell you what to do. And then, you'd leave. But then again, you're paying for a babysitter to teach you things for the kids.
Yeah, that's basically what I was going to say too. Like, think about the place I'm describing here. You ride in on a bus.
Yeah.
All right. You go through a metal detector. Everybody got the same clothes on. You get 1 hour recess a day. The food that you eat at lunch is the worst food you can eat, right? What am I describing?
Jail.
School.
Yeah. I mean, but
I'm also describing jail.
Yeah.
So you get it. There's a principal, there's a warden.
Yeah.
And then the whole time you're there, all you're taught is how to follow directions.
Yeah.
They're mapping out everything the whole way.
Everything's for you.
Yeah. And I was describing school, but I also described the prison system.
Well, because that's the famous quote, right, from the Rothschilds. So he said, "I wanted to create a nation of workers, not thinkers." I mean, bro, it's like that simple sentence alone says.
Even then, like, you gotta like start asking yourself, like, I spent the first 18 years of my life in that system.
Yeah.
What did I come away with?
That's
right.
What I'm saying.
Like, I didn't learn anything about business. I didn't learn anything about the bank. I didn't learn anything about financing.
You didn't learn anything about gardening?
I didn't learn nothing about credit. I didn't learn any life skills unless you took shop or home ec or something. If that's even still a thing.
If that was still around when you were in that. Yeah.
Even then.
And then what about other life things that I should know about? I didn't learn any of the law. But now that I'm 18, I got to go out and live in the world where I'm just expected to know all these rules that were never given to me or was never taught to me. Yeah. I didn't learn how to pay taxes, but now I'm on the line to have to do this stuff. None of this stuff is taught in school. But
or if it is, it's glanced over.
Yeah, but it's like, but you know
by
how,
the coach.
But you know who Helen Keller was.
Yeah.
Or, like, I understand that there's basic things we need to learn, like arithmetic, English, how to speak and all that stuff like that.
Or you still got to ask your parents if you can learn how the sex organs work.
But if you actually think about, like, what does a high school student in America learn that can help them from the rest of their life, from 18 till the end? Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question because it's not much.
So the I guess the term will be obey.
Yeah.
Just they want to form you into somebody who just follows directions, follows orders, and knows when to stay quiet, wants to speak up.
Because even so, like, I look at college and it's like, I think you do learn stuff in college, but like, I went to school for engineering. Like, I'm doing math problems that are 2 pages long. I never did that in corporate America.
Right.
Use the computer.
Yeah. Right.
Or whatever. It's like, why did I have to learn all those things and processes that you have to ask yourself that. And it's kind of like, I really just proved that I could learn something in a quick time frame and I'm willing to follow directions.
Yeah, it's about remembering stuff. It's about remembering stuff, right? Because you're not really learning anything. You're just adapting on how to
remembering for a test.
Because when you get to your job, they got to train you.
Yeah.
It ain't like I was like, oh, I learned thermodynamics. Now I'm an engineer and now I'm using thermodynamics. No, I'm not. Like, I'm really not. And I worked in the plant.
Yeah.
So it don't get really too much more technical than that unless you're designing something. So,
well, that's why to me, it's like, it is a scam because even after or high school, you're doing English, math, public speaking. What are your first courses right when you get into college? English, math, public speaking. I'm like, what the fuck? I just did this. Now I got to pay for it?
Yeah.
And then you can take out half, maybe 75% of that stuff and just go straight into what you're trying to do.
Because, like, if you plan on being a counselor when you grow up, I don't think you need to learn how to do the quadratic formula.
No.
I don't think so.
Nah.
You know?
Don't need
so
a
lot of it just doesn't.
No, but that's why the college system is rigged. Again, you have to take all these unnecessary classes for you to be able to even hop into your major. Oh, you need 25 extra credit courses just for you to go and major here. Like, why do I need to take English if I'm going to be a math teacher?
And you don't have a choice. You should have a choice. I want to learn this. Like,
and then the options that they present to you after school are like, they give you 2 options, or they give you 3 options. You can go to college, you can go to the military, or you can be a loser. That's basically what they tell you in high school.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
And that's why I was already aware of it in high school. I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I don't like this place. And then all the options they're giving me are things that my mind doesn't already vibe to. Because I remember even in my history class, I could see how my history teacher was teaching things, and I would question her, and she would be like dumbfounded, like, what are you questioning me for? Like, and
that's just how it is.
Right. Yeah. And but my mind was already, it's always been open to just ask questions. Yeah. So, you know, Challenge, it didn't do me right.
And so, I think that's another part of that, to dumb down that spark, that intellectual, you know.
But that's the proof of, you know, she said the book doesn't exist because they don't want it out there, but we're seeing it now. Even like the reading levels of the country, man, it's horrible.
Yeah, and they're lowering the standards on that too. Like they're just passing people because we don't want to keep them back.
But that's the thing. Like, we can all see that the education system, and no disrespect to any teachers or anything like that, these are important people. It's not their fault, but they're clearly dumbing the education system down because it's not getting harder; it's getting worse. And then they're coming out with stuff like No Child Being Left Behind, and like, I'm not even trying to like debate that, but it's like. But I think we do have to maintain some kind of standard. You know?
I agree. Because it's like you see in China, dude, like some of these, like, you know, second graders, they're learning how to like sweep the floor. You know, like some real life stuff that actually like builds ethic and like self character too, right? Because then you know how to like self rely, you know, rely on yourself and solve problems on your own, like true problems, you know. Because one of the stuff that I think, like, you know, gardening is a big thing that we should learn to do, like how to grow vegetables, how to you know, they don't teach us that, you know, unless you go into
your food be healthy
or whatever. Yeah, right, exactly. So
they don't want that.
So we're seeing the pattern here. You know, they want us to. I mean, y'all seen that movie Equilibrium? I mean, there's other movies. I mean, The Matrix. You know, so
I've seen The Matrix.
Equilibrium
is that movie all the time.
Is similar. Have you seen that one?
I don't think so.
It's with Christian Bale. Well, I don't want to go into the movie, but I'm saying we're going.
I want to watch it now.
Yeah, check it out, bro. We're going in that direction.
Well, I mean, I have kids. I have kids in school right now. They're young, and I don't feel confident with them being in school. So the only option is either private school or homeschool, and we're really considering homeschool because I had a client. Shout out Mondo. He graduated in educational history, and he's a teacher, and he works with teachers, and he doesn't work as a teacher, but he works with schools and stuff, nonprofits, and he got invited to overseas to one of the Nordic countries, and they wanted to show him the school systems there, and how awesome they were, how good it was, and so he went over there, and he realized, like, the kids don't go to school till age 6 or 7, which is already 3 years past when our kids start at 3 or 4.
Less programming.
They only go to school from 8 to 12, so it's just the morning. If they want to stay there later for extracurricular, they can. Otherwise, your day is done.
So you have options. You have choices.
So from that first, second grade start up until like 8th grade, there's no grading. There's no A, B, 100. It's all learning function. So we're teaching you how to do math. We're teaching you, you know, how to apply it, but we're not grading you. So they don't get graded until they get into high school. And then they're so proficient already, the grades just come naturally. And the other thing he said is, like, the teachers over there are paid as much as doctors and lawyers, 6-figure. But you have to, like, the teachers are no bullshit either. Yeah. They're not just hiring anybody. It's not just, okay, well, I decide I'm going to be a teacher because I got my, you know, associates and, you know, I took my extra year. So he asked them, he was just like, you know, where'd y'all come up with this? And he laughs, the head of the superintendent or whatever. He's like, you don't know? He's like, no. He's like, I learned it from you guys over there in the States. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, Harvard did this study back in the 70s on how we learn the best.
Ding, 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 ding.
And then we just used that study and implemented it here. And then, you know, when you go and you know, hindsight's 2020, it's like, why haven't we changed that if we already did the study and the research on how to make us more intelligent?
So we have the formula.
Yeah.
And we don't use it. Instead, we create a new formula to make us stupid.
So
That's the
cure, the prognosis, and then the remedy. Which one's going to make you the most money?
all of them.
Controlling all three.
Yeah.
Controlling all three.
Yeah.
So again, you know the cure, but if I cure you, you're not going to come
Yeah.
back. So I want these two to consistently run.
Ah,
And I'm going to tell you what the cure is, but I'm not going to fully tell you what the cure is. I'm going to withhold it. So again, the system has always been corrupt.
But if I put you on a prescription,
Yeah.
now you're a client for life.
Yeah. Man.
The system.
You know.
But this is
Unfortunately.
worldwide. This isn't just localized to the United States. That's why the UK is going through these same problems. Australia is going through these same problems, and it's all these Western countries that wanted to believe in this just like melting pot culture of like be you, live and let live. But there's an easy way to tarnish that, because you can kind of sneak in things without noticing, because everybody's just doing their own thing. That's why you don't see this type of stuff in more strict countries where everything's more government run through iron fist, and like Russia or China. I'm not saying that's the way to go, because I don't, if you talk about the Chinese government, you'll end up missing. Yeah. Same thing with the Russian government.
Yeah, North Korea.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it is evil, because you attack the young as early as possible to corrupt the mind, because that going to school at 7, you spend more time at home, so you educate your kid, you give them those essential morals from that age, because once you're 7, dude, like you already have a pattern, like you already know how you function, how you respond to things, how you control your emotions, how you control your anger, like.
Well,
not by
it's
7,
deeper than that, though.
But I mean, but you have some kind of like I guess mechanism that helps you, but obviously you still need some guidance. But if the guidance is evil, and it's approached as like, oh, it's fun, it's cool, everybody's doing it, because that's another thing too, like, right, like you don't want to be left out, so you follow the crowd.
What you also got to think about this, like, I think it's the first 7 years of your life where your brain is in like a different wavelength state, and basically like the first 7 years of your life, your brain is a sponge, because you got to think, when you're born, you're a blank slate. You don't know language, nothing, right? So like as you're progressing through the first years of your life, you're getting like you're getting like true and false statements the whole time. Like, hey, I shouldn't be standing on the couch. I shouldn't be screaming. I shouldn't be talking when grown folks are talking. You're getting all these different programs that you're realizing are things, and you're taking them all as facts, even though none of them are actually real. And by the time you're 7 years old, now you're in school, learn that same thing. And I wanted to also say about the education system, like for me personally, when I was in college, I used to think about this a lot, because I'm like, all right, this professor is what's in between me and going to the next level, right? This person has the power to determine if I'm suitable to go to the next class or go into the workforce. But that professor, 9 times out of 10, has never been in the workforce. So how is this teacher who's never been an engineer a day in their life
Going to
determine if I'm suitable to be an engineer? Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
I've had that thought many times.
And when I was in grad school, I'm working my job, been there like 7 years. I'm getting my MBA, because I'm looking at the company and I'm like, everybody who's above me has an MBA. So I'm in the program, and then like 3 or 4 classes in, I was like, everybody here who's teaching me about business has never had a business. So like, what am I actually learning here? I'm learning how to do credits and debits and accounting. And it's just like, I'm gonna have a bookkeeper.
But that's also why, one, I love YouTube. And then that's also too why YouTube's slated to make so much more money than colleges, because people who are on business, who do business daily, are creating content saying, hey, this is what I do on the daily.
Exactly.
Like, this is how you should follow me, or this is just what I do. You can implement it or not.
Yeah.
But you're getting firsthand experience from somebody who's actually doing it, as opposed to because I always agreed with you. I was just like, hold on, like these are the experts, but they've never even been in the field. They've never even done it.
And here's the thing. I'll give you an example. 2 different people, same person though, 2 different scenarios. Person 1 goes to college to learn about entrepreneurship. They spend 5 years there, and then when they're 23, they start a business. Person 2, let's just say they go to grad school and PhD and all that. They spend 10 years in college,
a little bit longer,
learning how to do entrepreneurship. The other person started a business at 18 and worked it till 28. Yeah. Who do you think knows more business at the end of those 10 years?
Yeah.
Second option.
The latter.
The first person knows nothing about business.
Because you're looking at books. You're
just theory. Yeah. It's just theory.
Yeah. Experience.
You know words.
Yeah, the second person got more.
Yeah, experience always beats.
But like the stuff that you learn is not what business people talk about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like the second person...
He's been through
10 years of being forged in the fire.
Yeah. He's been broke. He spent money. He lost money.
They're not the same.
For sure not, man.
At all.
So where, I mean, are we too far out that we can fix that? Because then at some point they're gonna limit YouTube, right? I mean, at some point they're gonna start seeing that YouTube's helping people.
No, because it's still creating revenue. So I mean, money is still the master
until the government says.
Well, that's the part that's under the free speech part.
Yeah.
Because then when we start speaking on who's running shit and where the powers, who they are and who these people are, that's when that conversation ends.
Well, I mean, but it's happening, dude. I mean, it's just a heavy topic, but they're starting to pass laws that if you talk about a certain country or a specific kind of people, you're gonna get fined. Like I think California's passing a law where you could get sued $100 or $1 million to $500,000 if you try to boycott Israel or talk bad about anything related to that.
Yeah,
that's and it's a straight attack on the First Amendment.
Well, I mean, it's
in freedom.
It's whoever has the money. It's literally whoever has the money. Again, we can do great on this video right now, but if I say, hey, I don't like Bird, I'll give you $1 million right now to go ahead and limit his page right now. Bow. What's going to happen?
Right, but see,
someone's going to be $1 million riches, and they're going to stop the page.
But our amendment is supposed to protect us from that.
They're supposed to, but again, whoever has the money has the
private
power.
company, so they weave
elite.
around it.
It's elite. Yeah,
they weave around it.
Yeah, it's scary, bro. It's scary, but I mean, I'm a faithful person. I'm a person of faith. I believe in God, and I believe my God is more powerful than that. And doing the right thing will save you, or get you to where you need to be.
So I got another video. It kind of ties into the education thing, but how easily we are manipulated. And there's actually a lot of cool experiments about this type of stuff, but this is the one, not that one.
This is an AI video again, right?
No, I'm not gonna do that to you.
I got that, boy.
No, not that one. That one.
Is that when the dude was pushing the button?
Yeah.
You doing the nay-nay?
On learning and the power of learning. Mm-hmm. You're both volunteers. There's a guy in a lab coat that's running this thing. And he says, we're going to draw straws. One of you will be the teacher and one will be the learner. So the other guy draws the learner straw. He goes to you. You become the teacher. Unbeknownst to you, this other guy's a volunteer. He's in on it. You're the only person participating in the experiment. So they sit you down at this machine. They say, this is an electric shock machine. And it goes from like 30 volts all the way to the right where it says XXX danger extreme shock. You're going to read these words out and see if he can remember them. And if he gets it wrong, you hit this button and deliver a shock. So you can hear him go, you go, oh, for some of those intro shocks. But every time he gets one wrong, you have to take that little slider and move that voltage up one notch. So the guy keeps getting it wrong. Around 250 volts, he's screaming every time. Around 275, he's saying, I have a heart condition and I want to stop. I don't want to do this anymore. Come get me out of here. Around 400 volts, there's no more reaction. It's total silence and he's not even answering the questions anymore. So you turn back around to this guy in the lab coat who says, it's important that you continue. Increase, shock, increase, all the way to this 450 extreme. So before this experiment took place, these psychiatrists got together and they said, how many people are going to go through with this? Who's going to go all the way and kill somebody? Or so they think they're going to kill somebody. The shocks are not real. And they thought 0.8%. You have to be a psychopath. You have to want to hurt people. And in reality, 67% of people went all the way. So Stanley Milgram's trying to find out, do people just respond to orders? Like the Nuremberg trials were going on. And these Nazis were saying we were just following orders. So 250 volts is enough to kill you. 100% of people went up to 250 volts. 100%.
If you are willing to do all that in an experiment, where else is that translating in your life?
For sure.
Just because someone said, Andros, we need you to do this, dog. Take out a Trump supporter. It's okay. Just
It means I'm about to eat. My means, hey, let's go get some wings, man. Bet.
no,
Damn, man.
because obviously that's wild that everybody was in on it except for the guy, cranking the voltage.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why they brought up the Nuremberg trials with people like with the Nazis that were just like, well, dude, I was told to do it.
Yeah.
Like that kind of proved like I'm taking orders. Like I'm in the military. Like I'm in school. I'm taking the orders. I'm in college. I'm just taking the orders.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all kind of all tied.
Man, it's like, how you gonna tell God, it was my job? I was
Well,
told to
even
do
then,
it.
like they talk about that in the Matrix. Like you can't wake nobody up, and then the people that they can't see the illusion, they fight to defend it because it's
Yeah.
all they know.
Yes.
Like most of the people's like moral beliefs like are really just what you've been conditioned to think is moral or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the bar is always sliding. Like on all type of things, like the rules. Like a lot of people base their morality based off of the rules they were given, and it's like, is that really how you decide what's moral or not?
Yeah. Because I think at some point you're responsible to further improve yourself or to see what's right and what's wrong. Because unless you just have like a malicious intent or desire, then that's on you.
That's why it was so heartbreaking for me when Charlie Kirk died, to see the morality of the situation. Not so much that it was Charlie Kirk that got murdered while talking to people. It was that morality side. It was like, where are these people's morals where you're laughing at this, where you're enjoying this, you're partying after this, you're like, and you're creating a video after this. Like that shows a lot of either what you were taught, what you weren't taught, that you're godless, like, and that speaks volumes on just how people like that would work, because if you get a person like that that's willing to laugh at somebody get killed because they're the op, what else are they willing to do if a CIA officer gets to him like, hey, you know what? I like your posts. I have a little job for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what this whole experiment was for. To find those people, to put them in
100%. I mean, there's so many documented stuff with MK Ultra.
MK Ultra, have you heard of that? You? No? Oh, man.
Just watch the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So just to put it on a nutshell, dude, MK Ultra was a government
CIA
experiment that started on seeing how they can control people's mentally, how they can literally control people's minds. And
through different ways of manipulation, whether it was through drugs, LSD, just like social engineering, through like watching a video over and over and over again, like in different ways.
But now it's gone as far as 5G in the food, in the medicine and stuff like that, dude. Sometimes we might feel shit we don't even know. It could be because of that, Programs, like TV programs, literally programming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with TV, like, if you just look at the commercials you watch, right? You're watching a wildlife show, and then every 7 minutes, they show you 3 advertisements. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you're always seeing it. Like, and they got, like, a catchy tune and all that. And if you look at the commercials, it's like, all right, eat McDonald's. It's bad for you. Eat Burger King. It's bad for you. Now, here's a pill for cardiovascular disease right after. Yeah. And they just run like you watch a sports game. Mm-hmm. It's like beer, McDonald's, pill that will help you after you've consumed all that stuff.
A car you can't afford. Let's put you in debt too, because we need you in debt.
Yeah. Now you in the car talking about ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And create cortisol levels. Bring them levels up because you stress. And
it's all connected, and that's what the show kind of we always try to hit on. It's death by 1,000 cuts. It's not just MK Ultra. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just realize what you're eating's affecting you, 100%. And if people would just reali the plastics you're drinking are fucking you. The movies you're watching, the movies you're watching, the social media, the medicine. It's not. They're not separate entities. They're all tied some way, somehow, financially. And I can pull up videos of people who write books on how they're all tied. Like Whitney Webb, she is a phenomenal. If y'all ever want to look her up, she's phenomenal at investigating and following money trails, and that's all she does. And she can link Trump to things, and she can link Elon to things. And you know, I'm always, just because I support somebody. If you show me there's evidence, like, but again, even support is just such a weird word, because it's just like, I fuck with this person. That doesn't mean I'm ride or die. Like,
right.
Maybe family is different, you know, the homies are different, but like some person in, you know, hundreds of thousands of miles away, whether it be international or in the country, hundreds of miles away.
Even like you know?
Yeah, I could care less, like, because, you know, it's like a CEO of a business, you know, if you're working as the cashier, you just want to make sure that CEO is making sure you're getting paid every weekend. You know, your pay's decent, you know, working conditions are good. Whether you know it or not, those are effects from what that CEO created for that business. So same for the country. It's like, we're never going to go have dinner with the president and the congressman and all that. Yeah. But you just want to make sure on our end, everything's running smoothly. And the fact of the matter is, it's not. And we need to hold these people accountable. Yeah.
And the thing is that these people have done like deep research and experiments to find out how we can be that easily drawn to things, you know?
I just want to point this out, man. A lot of this stuff might sound like conspiracy, but these are all things that you can easily find out. Like, this is when you're one Google search away from finding all this information.
Oh, hold up, man. You gotta talk about chat, man. You bringing up Google?
I'm just saying, like it's documented that MK Ultra is a thing. It's documented.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're making this stuff up.
Like, CIA files are open.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, it's shown that they were destroying files.
Yeah.
So that the whole MK Ultra files didn't even get out. Yeah. So they were only able to get topical things. But even within that, we were able to see all this stuff. And I mean, that's just up to you on if you want to eat the steak.
Well, or I just want to make the point that this is documented by the government.
Yes.
This is not hearsay.
Yep.
Yeah. This is there. Go look.
So that's what they were saying. Conspiracy theories are up, dude. Like, it ain't a conspiracy when it's true.
Yeah.
You know, but we were labeled crazy a long time ago, bro. You know, and it's like sometimes I feel like deep inside we do have an intuition that in moral compasses that point us in certain directions, man. And like I think that's another part too. You know, like sugar attacks our pineal gland, stuff like that. Like that takes us away from that belief, that internal knowledge and wisdom. To like McDonald's too. The McDonald's food like makes us stupid. You know, like we call it Matrix food. I just ate Popeyes. I feel like shit.
Like there's a film.
Yeah,
there's a film in my mouth.
Tastes like copper.
No, I consciously stopped that stuff a long time ago, and I will still have it once every other month.
I think you like to keep your sanity. You have to have some Matrix pleasures
for sure.
You know,
but knowing that there is a Matrix, right?
Oh yeah,
knowing that there is a play in motion to attack your divine, because the conscience is divine, right? In a thing like, because it's like, I don't know if y'all seen that video of Judge Joe Brown. Y'all remember that dude?
Oh yeah,
Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah,
he's talking about Tyler Perry.
I didn't see that video.
How his movies are like demasculinizing men.
Demasculinizing. Okay, yeah.
Well, think about all your favorite TV shows, right? Like, if you talk about your favorite sitcom right now, on almost every single one of them, the dad is a complete idiot.
Right.
Like, why is that? Like a show like Married with Children. It's a little bit older, or like Family Guy.
Simpsons.
The Simpsons. The dad is always a complete idiot.
Even on commercials, the dad's like, "Oh, honey, what do we do?"
And he does whatever his wife tells him to do.
Yeah,
and
it's social engineering.
That's an attack on the family, bro. The structure of a family, because it is important, dude.
Because if you want to make a family weak, you take the dad out.
Yeah,
or
he's the protector,
or you take his power away,
or you make him gay.
Yeah,
you know.
How do you feel about that, Andros? Not the gay father, but
well, hello there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know. Just in general. Again, like you're right. A lot of them portray the dads were bad, but I was literally thinking while you were saying that. I'm like, I watched The Flash. Like I was literally on the way driving and watching The Flash.
Oh,
again,
whoa.
Driving, watching The Flash.
It's background music. Not play. No, but again, like I said, in that aspect, like you're right. Most of these sitcoms is where the word sit down comedy. Whereas where the portray the dad would actually be the idiot, and again take away the power from the dad, demasculating him and causing that issue. But the particular shows, depending on what you watch, the dad is different. Obviously, in The Flash, the dads were the doctor and the cop, which led moral compass on that. But you're right. When it comes to a lot of these shows, they attack the father, who is the head of the figure, who is the defender of the family, which causes a lot of that, which leads to back to just like, oh, single mom. Let's put the focus on the mom to be the protector and have multiple jobs. And again, a lot of these women nowadays are in that encompassing whole thing where I can be the only one. I need to be the one to take care of this. But again, they feel, women nowadays feel so attacked, feel so that they need to do more, and the husbands or their partners or the men around their lives can't even do anything for them nowadays because they're so focused on, well, I need to be the one to do this. Let your man help you out. But you don't want that because you're like, oh, now he's taken away from me now. No, the whole job was a partner. A partnership is two people working together for the same goal. But when you're taking that away, it just leads to something completely different, chaotic.
And it's beautiful.
Separation.
Like that dynamic is beautiful, and it's like what it's supposed to be, right? Because it's fruitful. It brings forth excellence, because it's like you need one another. Like the masculine and the feminine energy, you need it.
And honestly, like to me, like a lot of this like relationship discourse has just damaged everybody mentally. Like thinking, because like, how can there be a one size fits all for all relationships?
It's never.
And responsibilities and stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like a couple should be sitting down together, going over their personal business and deciding what's the best path forward, depending on what position they're in currently.
Especially if there's children involved,
Not
right?
listening to some idiot on YouTube who's telling you what a man supposed to do and what a woman supposed to do. And at the end of the day, they're just putting each other down.
Yeah.
I
saw a video about this one chick. She's like a content creator, and she was like, oh, when my husband brings up that 50-50 bull crap, and then she's like folding the bed, but then she only folds half the bed.
I don't want to be that one woman. It's like, I don't cook for my husband.
Yeah.
I only cook for myself and my children.
That's destructive. Like, that is beyond destructive, bro. Because it's like...
Because, like, what message are you really putting out?
She had 5 million followers.
Yeah, like, what message are you really putting out there? Like...
Yeah. No, and she was Hispanic, and she was Latina, and she was married to a black dude. Because she made videos with her husband, and I'm like, dude, like, how is he allowing that? Because then that's making him look bad, and it's like, you're doing it, okay, it could be seen as comical, but is it? Because that video was straight
That's on
feminism, like
that's on him though.
Yeah, no, for sure. But again,
that's the creation of the beta male.
We're seeing more and more men submitting in the wrong direction because I think their submission is good to a certain level, but too much is past it. And then you destroy the family, and then you give the example for other people because then other people like feel it, so then they like use it and abuse it and like
But that goes into the social engineering, like we said, like the TV shows, soft, Homer Simpson, like, okay,
dope.
Yeah, okay, cool. But and then what happened fast forward is like modern feminism started to rise up after the true feminist movement had already done what it needed to do, which was, bring equality with women to vote, let them work and do all that. So the W was made. Now it became, no, we need more as women. We're equal as men. We're the same. And now we're living through that construct of where the Karen has risen,
Well, I think it's a step further than that. It's like, if we're equal, I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think it's gone a step further. Yeah. Like, I don't even want to be with a man who's equal to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, there was a video that populated on my feed. This lady's like, well, I have 4 kids, so the guy that needs to date me or that wants to date me needs to have 6 figures, needs to have 2 homes, needs to have 4 cars, needs to make this much because, I know he's going to want to have a kid by me. I already have 4 kids, so he's going to want a 5th kid that we want to have together. but each of my kids needs to have a room in your house. We need to have a big SUV so they have space to be all about. And then he needs to have a sports car to take me out on events and then pay for my stuff and pay for my kids' stuff and pay for that. It's like, damn, like, you know, where's your part in this? Because again, like all you saying is, hey, I got a room in my stomach for a baby, and that's it. I ain't doing shit. So it's like, damn,
it's the ego, man. We've like traded being kind to each other to being egotistical.
Yeah.
My
What
thing
can
with
you do
all
for
the
me?
like these are my standards arguments is kind of like, well, like the 50-50 thing, right? It's like, all right, well, I feel you on that, but at the same time, it's like, if your standard is 50-50 or nothing, well, then really your standard is 100 to 0 because now you have to pay for everything.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And like, I feel y'all, whatever, like, that's cool and all, but it's like, all right, well, wouldn't you rather split what you got than pay everything by yourself?
Yeah.
Doesn't like
Well,
it just doesn't make any sense.
That's
to me.
what would make more sense. But I think like somebody said it. I don't know who it was, but in a relationship, it's not 50-50, bro. It's really 100 and 100.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is because it's like there's gonna be ups and downs. There's gonna be a moment where the man is gonna be down and the woman has to show him, hold him up, and then the roles change. Dude. Like life is linear. I mean, life is not linear, bro. Life is a vibe, and a vibration goes like this. You know.
Yeah.
So I just think that is important to people to hear that because it's like we're getting away from that and the materialistic stuff is happening, you know, like, cause I saw a video too where the girl, she was cute, you know, but she wasn't that cute, you know, but she was like saying, if you can't afford the maintenance, don't even test drive, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I think a lot of these men who have money think that they can get the cute girl just because they have money.
Well, why wouldn't you think that?
But
Based
then
on
you
what
end
you
up
see online all day
empty-handed.
long.
You get played like a fool, and then the girl don't love you. She don't like you. So then you end up like what? But then they get the idea that now I got
Like,
10 fools that pay for me. The next fool gonna pay for me too. But then they want love.
If you're a 25-year-old man right now, right?
Yeah.
And all you see on the internet is women talking bad about men and saying that they have to come with all these things. Most of the time it's financial.
Yeah.
So like, why wouldn't you as a man think that that's all that matters? Because that's all you've been shown your whole life.
Yeah, especially now in these day and age.
You know?
Yeah.
I know that's not all that matters, but like, if you're a younger man and you're coming up during this era and all you're hearing is all that stuff, like, of course you're going to think money matters.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to approach women when you make money and think that that's the answer because that's all they've been saying the whole time.
Yeah. But then the woman only has looks to offer. You know, like just a cute face, nice little waist size, you know. But that's not it, dude. Like I mean, it could be fun for a joyride, but it's gonna run out.
But that none of that turns into anything.
Right.
So they are a crash and burn.
But they all end up damaging themselves in their heart. You know?
They're the ones with the scorn towards the end that tell you when they're 35 that, oh, men ain't shit. You know, he like I did everything. Well, no, you ain't tried everything. You literally wanted what you wanted. You got what you wanted, and then you left because you wanted something more.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole. I forgot where I heard it from. What was it? They were doing like there's a whole mall. Women went to the first floor. The guys.
Oh yeah.
It was a store.
Yeah, it was a store. So the guys had a job. Guys had a job. Okay, cool. Second story. Guys had a job and good with kids. Third floor.
Each level, it was a better guy.
Yeah, so the women ended up with nothing because they went to the top floor. They was like, well, shit, you were
enough.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one, dude. I don't know who.
Do you guys know who Tracy Ellis Ross is?
Sounds familiar.
She was on the show Girlfriends. She's pretty famous.
I think I know. We'll pull her up real quick.
Well,
what's his name?
It's Diana Ross's daughter.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
She's
cool.
She's not married, and I recently saw.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, I'm a fan of her.
Yeah.
But I recently saw a clip where she was talking, and she was basically talking about how she's not going to settle, and she said that, you know, basically her argument was like, I can afford my lifestyle on my own, so I'm not going to settle. But like when you hear that as a man, it's like, all right, well, what do you mean by that? Because if you can afford your lifestyle on your own, why are you arguing all this 50-50 stuff? You don't need me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then
I'm always expendable.
And then the other side of that is like, if you're making the argument to me that you can afford your life on your own, that's not going to matter to me if you're going to expect me to pay for everything. Because why would I care what you can afford on your own if that becomes my bill when we get together? You know,
It's
So
just
I
not.
don't
It's not
really
an
understand.
accepting way
I don't
to
understand.
walk into a relationship.
Yeah,
No,
and like,
for
hey,
sure
you
not.
you can want what you want. I'm not trying to sway nobody's opinion or nothing, but it's like I don't understand the logic behind some of those arguments that I feel like sound good out loud, but they kind of like do a disadvantage
To me, it sounds good in their head, but when it comes out loud, it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
turn off.
Like I got the joke. They're like, hey, your money's my money, my money's my money. I mean, I get the joke, but again, when it comes down to being a very serious topic about it, like, yeah, your money's my money's my money. Like, well, shit. Then what
What am I getting out of this?
Like,
You turn
And
into
then,
that.
The other part of it is like, I consider myself a provider. I want to have that role in my relationships, but I don't want to hear that you don't need me.
Right.
I don't want her to like need me to where like
But that's what I mean.
you're on the
not
street
accepting
without
to
me.
a relationship. Like
Yeah.
those standards
It's like,
are very
if you
negative.
looking for a provider man who wants to come in and do his job for you, like he's not gonna want to hear I can do bad all by myself. Like that's the opposite of what he's trying to align with.
Well, it's like if you start a business partnership and your business partner's like, hey man, I can do this all myself, dog. I really don't need you. But let's go half. It's just like, what?
Yeah, like if you a man and you going to work every day, you paying all the bills, like you don't want to hear like, hey man, I don't really need you like that.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
But see, but
you
it's
know?
like that. What we're talking about is only financial.
Yeah.
There is emotional.
Yeah.
You know, you need some kind of emotional, and that's why love is give and take. You take and you give, and that's why like love doesn't last. That's why they say love isn't enough. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like after a certain time, I'm sure the guys that are married, there's that point where you're like, fuck, man, maybe this isn't the one for me. But then you choose to continue in the same path together, and then that's where it really becomes a partnership. You know, obviously kids bring you together and tie you together, but it's like still you have a choice. It's like if you're constantly nagging and complaining, then you know you're not happy with me. But it's like, okay, I don't want to be alone, but I also don't want to be with you. Then you're confused, you know, and it could be both the male and the female. But it's like if you make that choice to stay together, you have to put in that effort to fight and to put in fight together and individually, right? Because it's like you have to make changes, deep changes, and you have to take some stuff because it's like, okay, you have boundaries, you have what do you call it? Like requirements, right? And you have some stuff that's just not like
Standards.
standards. Like we're just like, dude, this is something that I just absolutely cannot handle, and if you can't respect it, then I know you're not the one for me, and I'm walking away. But then the emotional kicks in. It's like, oh well, you're running away, but it's like, man, you didn't see me try. You didn't see me put in as much effort, and you can't let me walk away in peace. You know. So if you're gonna stay with someone, it is hard work. You know, and I mean, yeah, financially, I can't say financial is not important because you can't live in the house. It is important. But I think that when people can put that to the side, at the end of the day, you know, right now when you're young and you're hot and your body looks good, yeah, you're gonna have attention. But when you get older, you don't want to be that lonely, bitter person. You know, it's like it's cold.
And I think also, bro, like the other side for like the men's side, it's like, you know, like. What are you really looking for out of this? Because I always hear men on the internet like try to quantify things that can't be quantified, right? Because like the expectations for a relationship for a man are all things you can quantify, like, you know, how much he makes or is he's, you know, these are things that can be quantified, but like the stuff that you get from women is not necessarily quantifiable. You know, like the love, the emotion, the support, the protection, the provision you get from God from having a woman, because now you're responsible to her for her for a certain degree. Like these are all things that you can't really put on paper and say this is what this is worth. True. So I think a lot of those things are just kind of silly arguments because you'll see dudes talk like, oh man, I can pay for everything, I can hire a cleaner, I can hire all this, but it's like you have reduced a woman down to mundane tasks. You get what I'm saying? It's like you can't really quantify what a woman gives to you because women amplify everything that you get to them. Yeah. So,
but at the end of the day, I think everybody wants peace, you know, and I think sometimes, I mean, is you better off alone if you want that peace and true.
It just goes to godliness again. I think we're just a culture that's lost any higher power feeling. So that's when that happens, when you're just like, oh, I need this, and that, or I can provide this and that. that's nothing spiritual about that. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all physical. That's all
materialistic.
Yeah, so it's all materialistic stuff, and that has a shelf life. You know, that all has a shelf life, because after that comes the hard times when we are buying everything we have. That's why I always tell people, is like, you might think a rich person is better off than you, but you have no idea what they've been through as a rich person, and vice versa. You know, that rich person might think your life sucks, but you might have, as a poor person, had your family loving you, had everything you needed, you know, and a support system. And this rich person might have never seen their parents, might have gotten raped by the, you know, one of the caretakers, like, and has like zero morals, never went to church, but the poor family went to church all the time. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're just seeing this all this mess is because we've just turned away from something bigger than ourselves, and everything still connects back to that.
Well, that's why the Bible specifically says that it doesn't, like, people always misquote it and say money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yep.
And if you really think about it, bro, like, just in your life in general, like, if you've seen any type of progression in your life, even financially, because that's what we're talking about, like, you'll quickly realize that, like, money don't really make you happy, bro. Like, cause think about like every job in your progression, right? Let's say you got a job and you're making 30 grand a year. You're probably thinking to yourself like, man, if I could just make 60, I'll be cool. But then you get a job that pays you 60 grand a year. And that first 5 months, it's like, oh man, I can go to the movies extra night. I can take my girl out a little bit more or whatever. And then after that year or so passes by, you're like,
120 sounds nice.
Like 90 I would be happy if I got 90. Yeah. But I think that
you can never make enough.
Yeah, because if you're unhappy before you get the money, like, you're just going to amplify your distractions, or by the time you finally buy the things that you thought would make you happy, eventually you'll get bored of it. It's the same with getting a new car. Like, first like couple months, like, man, I'm lit. But then 2 years later, you're like, man,
it's dirty now. You ain't washing it.
You ain't see that?
That new Escalade looks good. You know?
You ain't see the like one of the latest episodes of South Park?
Dude, I haven't seen anything new.
Okay, y'all remember the counselor, right? The guy.
Yeah.
All right, so pretty much he got fired. They fired him finally. Spoiler.
Oh, damn.
They fired him, and so he had to go work for ICE. Spoiler again. And so they're like, so he needed to make more money. And so they're like, yeah, you know, in order for you to live, this is what your nut has to be. Again, stupid word that they use. And so he got hired for ICE, making double or triple what he was making. And then they're like, well, yeah, so the more money you make, the bigger your nut is. So now they're like, the more debt he has to be in order to survive. So the nut pretty much was his means to survive and his income. So the more money he made, the more debt he was going to go into just to afford his living, which was crazy. So again, it goes to that same concept. So right there is exactly what he's talking about. Like, you know, hey, at 30, he's fine.
So I work in finance. So I'm dealing with people's like income and all kinds of stuff. And I can tell you very quickly that the people that you think are more happy than you, they're just spending more money. Right? Like, cause like, think about this. When you get a new job, what do? You go get a better apartment. Mm-hmm. You add cable. You start eating that steak 48. Yeah, or whatever. You get the new iPhone. And it's like, all you're really doing is just keeping yourself in the same spot, but it just looks prettier because more is going in and out.
You feel like you're improving. You feel like you're getting, and see, I think to me, like you say, like people say that the money is the root of all evil. I'm a firm believer that pride is pride. Pride is everything. And I think that a lot of us have a different understanding of what pride can be or what pride is. But it is that, you know.
You mean like ego?
Yeah, ego, okay. but it goes outside of that, right? Because it's like everything we were just talking about is pride, you know. Because it's like when you focus on yourself with the internal, like, what can you do for me? It's like we forget about service, you know. We forget about like giving and serving, and like, which is what Christ did, you know. It was like that was like the example, you know, like. So I think that's because it's like I was that, you know, whenever I was working for the previous company in the refineries, man, I was making money I was never making before, dude. So I got the new car. I had the new phone. I had the new watch. You know, the next up. You know, I was paying for it. It gave me a sense of freedom and happiness, but it wasn't. And
it's fleeting.
I learned that the hard way. You know, because I wasn't happy with what I had. I constantly wanted more, and I think that it's part of that's what marketing is. You know, marketing is like that's why they know how to get us. Like they know what to show us. They know how to trick us into like.
It's a cycle.
Yeah, it is exactly. So you're never satisfied.
It's the same thing with relationships, which I think is the most relatable one.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, if I could just have this person, I'll be happy. Or if this girl would date me, I'll get married or whatever. But it's like you're glorifying something that you don't even know. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then when you get it, what happens? You complain about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole thing that like what was it? People would leave another person for not being 100%. So pretty much, you could date a girl who's 87%, 85%, exactly what you're looking for.
I saw that.
That 15% is because she ain't giving you the 50%, you ain't happy. So what ends up happening? You end up leaving her, treating her like shit, and breaking up, and then end up getting with a girl who's at 30% of what you wanted.
No, so see, I don't know if we saw the same video, but it was a really good video that said that. So it was saying like, okay, in a relationship, your person might be, say, 80%. And then there's that 20% that you don't like about that person, right? So, but it's like in the honeymoon stage, you can ignore that 20%. That 20% don't matter. It's all about the 80%. But then when that honeymoon stage is over, when 3-4 years are in, 5 years, whatever, 10 years, then all you can focus on is that 20%, right? So then because like, man, he can't do this, he's lacking this, he's lacking that. And then but they see that's where the people cheat because they find that 20% in somebody else, but then that 80% on that other person is what they don't like. So then that's why it's like that what's new, that feel good, the grass is greener on the other side. It ain't, bro.
That's the same thing with the going up the floors in the mall thing.
Exactly.
You know? So you're just and then it's worse now because you can just scroll to the next next and it's right here all the time.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's a question there: how much you making? Okay, 6 figures. Okay, you got 2 houses. Okay, bet check.
I think now they even got a height function on there where they want to know how tall you are on the dating profile.
Well, I mean, and that's why again, it's like, hey, how much do you weigh now?
Yeah,
how much do you weigh now?
In the words of the great
in the morning.
In the words of the grand master Andre 3000, roses really smell like boo boo.
Yeah, it sucks because nobody's really beautiful anymore.
Yeah,
and also you think about this like. This is really backwards, but like when you're in a relationship with somebody and it start getting hard, all you think about is what you don't like about them, right? Like after a year or two, like you're nitpicking, like, oh, I don't like when you do this. I don't like when you do this. I don't like when you do that. But the second y'all break up, now you think about all the things you like about them.
Yeah, you miss it, yeah.
You're like, oh man, we had a good time when we used to do this.
Classic.
And see, to me, that's a perfect example I could use for pride, right? Because you can force yourself. You have to force yourself to remember the things that you did like about that person.
Yeah.
And what are you willing to mold? Because obviously, dude, like change is okay, but you can't completely change yourself for somebody, right? But if you really love that person or you really work with that person, that you have to change something. And it's this vice versa. Like there's stuff about me that my girl don't like, vice versa, you know. But it's like I have to choose to say, okay, is this a make me or break me type shit? You know, like is this something that I can deal with or something that I just absolutely have to walk away from?
Well, that's why it's really important as somebody been married 15 years now. When you have that checklist of what are the top 5 things that I have to have in a person.
Dylan.
Best rappers. Best rapper alive. Yeah. I mean, you like Dylan.
Top 5 rappers.
I'm into Dylana. No, but it's
that's him in a wig, by the way.
Yes, Dave Chappelle. But like whether your list is the top 5, top 10, whatever things that are must-haves,
yeah,
and then you have to have that same list of the top 5. I can't ever deal with these types of people or these like characteristics of a person, because there's things that we should be able to change about each other. Like if you eat with your mouth open, that's a simple like, hey girl, like,
is it though? You've been doing it for 40 years.
But that's not a it's not a character trait. It's just bad etiquette.
Yeah,
that's changeable. But but she's 75% on everything else. Yeah. If it's just that's an easy communicative issue that you can change over time and course correct. Because it took if she was doing that for 30 years of her life, and now you know, it's not going to change overnight, but if you're honest and true about it and y'all do love each other, you know, that's a conversation that has to have. I think what doesn't happen is you start to hear these things that you don't like, that you didn't know they were there. They weren't on your top 5 and they're kind of annoying you, and you don't talk about it. You don't bring it up. You don't think about, well, are there things that I do that she don't like? And it becomes again like me, you, instead of, hey, let me tell you a little bit something I need to tell you. And they're tough conversations, trust me. But if they're not being had, then it's not going to last, because you're not man enough in yourself to say, hey, you know, there's something I just have to say this. Yeah. Because I need this peace.
And it has to be accepted, right? Because I think that is the thing. Like, if the partner can accept it, then that is one of those 5 things.
Right, but you've done your piece.
You don't respect me enough.
But you've done your piece as not even just as a spouse, but as a human being. Yeah. Even in a friendship relationship, it's like, hey, dog, I don't like that you keep doing this, man. Yeah. Like, we're cool and shit, but like, if you keep doing this, I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. And also,
if it's detrimental to yourself, right? Like, if it's like detrimental for our relationship, and it's like, because then, you know, a good friend lets you know, hey, man, this is bad for you. You know? So
that's why I never had a lot of friends, because I'm so honest with myself. If I'm honest with you and you can't take it, then that's just what it was meant to be. Like, all right,
and that's your answer.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men make that mistake, bro, where it's like they meet a girl that they're like supremely visually attracted to, but the girl might have some traits like a job or something that the guy doesn't like, but he'll still go into the relationship, date her for a year, and then at the end of the year, he's like, you know what, by the way, I don't really like that you're on OnlyFans. Yeah. It's like, bruh. Yeah. You should have said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you should have probably thought about that back in the day. Like,
I agree.
You've already accepted this person for who they are.
Especially when it's
no shade to the OnlyFans girls.
Right. But it's like, especially when it's brought up at the beginning.
Hold on, don't go back to the ball station. What we said.
that one was funny, dude.
Oh, fuck that.
But no, yeah, but like, even before I got with my chick, like, that was just for me. I don't like wasting people's time. I've never been like that.
Yeah.
So if there was always a love interest, if those top 5 of hell nah, never gonna happen were checked, or any one of those, I knew what it was, and I wouldn't waste their time or my time or get them to like me or any of that, because it's just not fair and it's wasting time. Yeah. So, but all right, we're gonna be cool, we're gonna be friends or whatever. But you know, I'm not looking for that right now. And you know, obviously they respect that more than anything, and then it gets more tough because that's just the you know, making it harder.
Yeah, but then she goes the path of, all right, let me see if I can change his mind. And then if she don't, she gonna say you play with her.
Yeah, but we were honest off the rip. So you're free of that player.
Both genders do it.
Absolutely, 100%. But accountability is key. You have to own up to your shit.
Yeah. But also, that's why I don't like to. That's why I don't really like to give relationship advice to people, because it's like, all right, what you might think is negligible, I might think is unacceptable.
Right. What works for you doesn't work for me.
Exactly, right? Like, my girl might do something that you think is completely out of line, but I might not even be thinking about it. Like, I don't care. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Your list has to be your list. It's not my list.
First of all, don't tell me how to feel. Don't tell me how to feel.
You want to talk about your list?
And then also, like, if you think about this, like, let's just say one of your best friends has some issues with their relationship and they're venting to you. What can I really tell you when you're choosing that every single day? Like, what am I going to tell you that's going to change your mind? Like, you're choosing to do this every single day. Like, and here's and the gamble you're making if you do give them too much advice is like, all right, well, what if they end up getting married? And you were the one that told him, don't do that. Now it's like, all right, well, now he looking at you like the person, because it's a lose-lose. Like, if they get married, you the biggest hater.
Sticky situation.
And you didn't want your boy to be happy to a certain degree.
Right.
I mean, it's honesty.
But if you're right,
honesty always lets you set you free.
But if you're right, though.
First of all, you were happy with me already, so I don't know why you're looking at her.
Yeah.
If you're right and she does end up messing it up, well, you were the one that like broke the news to him. So it's like, I found it
there are some things that you could save your homie from, you know? Because
but he got free will though.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. And
So-
but the thing is that, like, as a loving friend, because it's like that's one of my biggest flaws, bro. Like sometimes I cross those lines and I'm too like,
We've all done it.
hey man, this is not good for you type shit, you know? And it's like, in 10 years past, shit turned out to what I'm never the one to say, hey man, I told you, right? Because it's like, shit, because like whatever
It's a sign though.
whatever I predicted happened,
Yeah.
it sucks. But it's like you wanted to learn, you wanted to touch fire and get burned 5 times. That's on you.
Think about this. Which friend, same person, but which friend would you experience as a better friend? Right? Person A who tells you, hey man, the girl you dating, it's not a good look, bro.
Yeah.
And he ends up being right, and like now you're sitting in it.
Yeah.
Or person 2, they just when you finally fall on your face, they the first one to put their hand out and be like, man, I got you. You good.
Yeah. I mean,
you gonna like person 2 better.
Yep.
This is true.
Well,
This
person
is
But you do need a person A though.
Yeah,
You do
that's
need
what
a
I'm saying,
person A though.
Person A can be person A
I
and
agree.
person B.
Yeah, because it's like,
But to the person having the experience of the bad
it's
relationship,
like you gotta watch them happen, you know. Because it's like man, it's like I'm sitting here and I'm just gonna hold my tongue. Like I know some history about this person, and but I mean, I'm still gonna hold you up when you fall. It's tough, bro. It's
Because you can have person C that's just like, yeah, dude, go for it. Like, yeah, no, dude, she's perfect for you. And he knows all the red flags.
But-
like that's not
that's
the
friend.
yes man you
but
don't want in
if
the
you
crew.
if you person B though, right? Like, or if you're the person that advised against it, you could be seen as a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually,
absolutely,
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
whether it's correct
but
or not.
sometimes a friend is willing to take that risk, dude.
A good friend.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it
good
depends on
friend,
that situation. Because again, like if you have that good friend that you like, hey, look, I'm gonna let you make your decision. Here's my warnings. Do your thing, but I got your back no matter what. That's the best friend you need to have right there.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree with
Because I mean, I've been that friend, bro, and then I lost a friend because I was too blunt and too like direct, and I owned up to my mistake, bro. Like I crossed the line, but I saw the shit happening, bro. I thought it was foul. I called it out. I ended up losing that friend. Shit ended up still fucking, and then I've never gotten an apology or like I'll come back like, hey man, look, let's squash the shit. You were right, type shit. You know. So
Well,
then it's like,
nobody wants to
I
admit
try
that
to
their
be that
relationship was bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. But you're right. You're right. But I think I see. Like I personally, I do want to be that person who like I do enjoy correction. Like I feel like if I'm out of line, I need to be told I'm out of line. You know, like if I cross the line, tell me I crossed the line. You know, like because it's like I think. You know, we go back to like, you know, God says a good father that loves his son to discipline him, you know? So it's kind of like, obviously there is boundaries and there is lines. And sometimes maybe it's my autism.
Boy,
that I don't
boy,
see
I'm
that.
eating Tylenol.
I know, man.
Yeah, you know?
Mama.
But I do believe my heart is in a good place. And, you know, I know they say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but, you know, I've eaten my words and put my foot in my mouth plenty of times, you know, but in the name of love. And maybe that was wrong or right, but my heart was where it needed to be.
All that means is your circles are small, and I think that's the way it should be.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah,
But
I
it
would've-
should be
I
that
would've
way,
want a
though.
circle of
'Cause,
yes
like,
men.
if you got like too many friends, something about you is probably fake.
Well, no, it's just you need acknowledgement.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
too.
too.
You need validation.
You need validation. You need acknowledgement.
Because it's like, especially like, are y'all at least 30?
I'm 43, but I'm about to be 44.
44?
I'm 36.
Okay. I'm 35. So, but I've
I'm
noticed
30.
that too. It's like,
30.
like the 30s is like you see friends differently.
Yeah.
Because it's like you don't get to talk to everybody. You're probably not partying as much. And you're starting to see like who actually, because at this point in time, bro, like with all this social media and stuff, like you got to make a real effort to talk to somebody outside of sending them a reel.
Yeah, you gotta have a wall full of masks.
Because like,
Yeah.
but the issue with that is that like you could make contact with me by sending me a DM or something that you know that I'll think is funny, but we might not ever actually talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you right now. I can, on the count of my hand right now, I have 5 people I only talk to on a daily or at least weekly basis. 5 people.
Dylan.
Call them every day.
But on the real though, that's
but-
pretty much true, man.
Like that's all I got is 5 people I really need to call to. Like, if I need something to call down, like I think there was something with like somebody I saw a video. There guys like, look, men only need three. There's three type of guys. A guy you need to call for emergency. A guy you need to call for, to hear you out. And I forgot the third one. But he's like, if you got all three of these, he's like, you are set.
Yeah.
He's like, if you got one that does all three of them, shit, that's even better. But like I said, I have that. Like I said, I literally should have a homie. I ain't gonna say your name out loud, but I got a homie right now. I'm like, hey, if I need some shit done, shit, whose car are we taking?
Shout out to the homies.
Cue
the real
music.
ones.
Cue the music.
The 18.
But I think you touched on a good point, man. Like if you have a lot of friends, that means that you got to keep those faces. You got
maybe not in the 20s, but the 30s.
Yeah, right.
Like man, it's,
you start seeing what really matters, man.
These people don't like you like you think.
Because it's like the people get to know your flaws, and people still stick around, man. Because we all fucked up, and we all have things
flaws.
that, like we can all be difficult. But somebody that can see through that and say, okay, man, like I stick with you, I ride with you, man.
Yeah, but I also think like, because just from talking to y'all even before the show, I can tell that like y'all are all dudes that are like looking to ascend through life and progress, right? And unfortunately, your reality is your inside pushed out, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to climb in life, you're changing things about you that are no longer relatable to your old friends. Preach. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like...
ruffling feathers.
Yeah, like if you want a little bit more out of your life,
off,
you probably got to change something that you was doing in your old life.
Absolutely.
Even if it's a minor tweak. Mm-hmm. Like maybe you got to start waking up earlier. Yeah. And that might not sound like nothing, but maybe your friends like to party till 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. And like you're going to bed at 11 now. They going out at 11:30. Yeah. And now y'all starting to have some clashing because they're seeing you as that old version of yourself that's no longer you anymore. Mm-hmm. You done jumped into a new version of yourself.
Yeah. You're changing.
And now now y'all frequency ain't the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? So now there's resistance with y'all instead of like harmony because y'all was the same last year.
But people are afraid to shed that old decade or that friendship that I've been knowing him since we was little. Like, sorry, man. Like, I'm growing this way. If you're not willing to come with me, then so be it.
Everybody know a different version of you.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you knew me in high school, that might be your depiction of who I am as a person. But it's like, man, that was 20 years ago. Like that ain't me.
My brother-in-law still thinks I drive crazy. I'm like, shit, if not, I drive safer nowadays. He's like, man, I drove with him one time when he was 24. Shit, 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming through on this episode of The Men's View. For real, good conversations, very fruitful. We hit a lot of subjects. Is there anything y'all want to leave the world? We'll start with you, Andros. Anything you want to shout out, or you got a new album coming out, or?
My creative juices ain't there today. I would love to take a second round for this one, but today I'm gonna have to recap when I come back for the third one.
Yeah.
Just shout out to the peoples. Ruffled. I'm off it right now. Ruffled Feathers, by all means. Thank you for having me. Love it. Again, just different topics, different views, and again, just if you ain't poking and you don't feel pain, you ain't doing the right thing.
I don't know how to take that, but I like
take
that. Yeah.
Well, no, poking the subject. If you ain't poking at the subject and you don't feel pain, because again, you're not
uncomfortable.
I thought it was a tattoo reference. But I get it now.
I mean, hey, you can use it.
I poke needles.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So you went deeper.
Yeah.
That's ancient art.
Chris, can I do a shameless plug?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Well, first of all, I just want to say appreciate y'all for letting me get my first experience on the podcast. So this was really cool. Had a great conversation. I don't even know how much time has passed, but I had a good time. But other than that, I just wanted to plug my business. I work for Marathon Financial Group. That's a financial firm right here in Houston. And basically, I teach people how to do infinite banking. That's how to properly leverage your life insurance to pay your debts down 2 to 3 times faster than what you're currently doing while keeping your money inside your policy, growing a tax-free retirement. And then also I do estate planning. So got to look at your parents, see if they got their wills filled out. And, do they have it in a revocable living trust? That way they make sure that when they pass away, you don't have to go through the court probate process. So if you guys are looking for the education on any of those things, my Instagram is @KROOPWAH. So
we'll put it right there.
We'll put it on
right there.
Cool.
On post.
Yeah.
No, and don't take this grown folk stuff for granted. Like it's incumbent on you to understand finance and money. Money doesn't equal happiness, but not being in debt and knowing how to control money will create happiness, because it's a big monkey off your back that you're not having to worry about every day. And yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, man. My closing statement: life is beautiful, and life is meant to be enjoyed, and life can be fun, but also life will get complicated. And I think it's important to embrace it all the same, because everything is a lesson, and everything will only, shoot you in the right direction if you take it with positivity and accept it for what it is. So keep watching Ruffled Feathers. Comment.
Subscribe. Thank y'all for joining us. I'm just gonna say this as always. Always ask questions. Be a critical thinker. Don't follow the crowd. Be your own person. Love everyone, and just always have an investigative mind. Be a detective. If something don't smell right, it probably is foul, and you shouldn't eat it or touch it or lick it. So that goes for many. That goes for many themes.
If it quacks, it's a duck.
Smack it. So just join us on the next episode. We appreciate y'all being here. Thank you guys.
Yeah.